up a little bit later today. I almost said good morning, but it's actually 5 p.m. Eastern time. We're doing a little bit later out of respect for our special guest time, who we're going to pull up in the next 10 minutes. In today's video, we are going to mainly be talking with our special guest, but we are also going to talk about how Meta is allowing users to connect their wallets to Facebook and Instagram. Pretty big news as of recently that we'll dive into in just a second. As always, this is brought to you by Ninjalerts. Ninjalerts is an NFT that you can purchase that grants you lifetime access to the app that allows you to track your favorite whales, influencers, and friends. Every time they mint, buy, or sell something, you get a smart notification sent to the device that you're using. So shout out to Ninjalerts for putting on these shows. I almost said good morning again, Ken. Good. How's it going today,
Well,
man?
good morning, Chris. It's a great
Yeah.
morning so far. How are you doing, man? It's Monday, man. We're back on air.
Yeah,
Gotta hit
man.
the air horn. We're back, man. I'm so glad to be back. It's been a cool week. It's just been hot, man. It's hot right now. It's been hot around here lately, man. How have you been?
It was hot earlier today, but it's starting to rain. It's rained like every day for the past week, so it's actually been pretty cool. Pretty good, man. I got my teeth cleaned today, like at the dentist. My first time, and probably longer than it should have been to get it. So like, I feels real weird.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah, but
Uh,
yeah, man, pretty good.
You know what I hate most about the dentist? Not the pointy stuff and all that. It's that vacuum thing. I
Yeah,
hate that vacuum. It makes my mouth cold and dry. It's like I don't mind them poking stuff in there, but with that vacuum, I really hate that. And they just seem to leave it there too, man. They leave it, they go
it,
do something else, they go mow their lawn or something, and come back when it's still your whole mouth is dry. I hate that. I'd rather just spit out instead of use that. But yeah,
yeah.
that's the thing I hate about dentists. not
The
not
the
the
the gut
needles.
the little vibrating thing that they put in there, like that's no fun either. Like it's supposed to get like whatever off. Yeah, this isn't a dentist show; it's an NFT show. But yeah, dentist was this was fun today. I feel good. My teeth feeling clean. Yeah, man. So not a whole lot going on as far as like trades lately. I know obviously uh I'm not even gonna say it right.
The
I
Gakakuku?
been going crazy, bro. I watched
The
somebody on Ninja.
Gakagakuku.
I watched somebody on Ninja Alerts I follow today spend like 18 ETH or something like that. It's like somebody that I
Oof.
personally follow. Yeah, man, it's might have been risky. Who knows? Let me look that up real quick. See,
Risky. That's Kirai, or Kiri.
exactly. It was I was joking around, but yeah, it was Kirai. Um, how much ETH was it, man? I'm trying to pull it up right now.
He spent
16
16.8
16.8. Yeah, this thing's been flying, man.
on
Definitely
just
missed out on
one.
that. Yeah,
On
man.
one.
It must have obviously it must have been like one of the more rare ones in the collection, but yeah, that's crazy. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. Uh, Huge news today, or not just today. Like we've kind of been knowing this was coming, but uh, I guess there's a new update for it. But Meta does now allow users to connect their digital wallets and post NFTs across Facebook and Instagram. Even though I still don't have the button, because I check Instagram like every day to see if I have that button, and I don't have it
Every day, huh?
every day, man. I wake up, it's part of my routine. I brush my teeth, and I'm like, man, do I have this digital collectibles button? And I don't have it.
uh
But
yeah, I mean, I'm not really, I have Instagram. I just upload like personal images once in a while. I rarely ever used it. I got off Facebook almost a decade ago, and I just never went back. So I just recently started using Instagram again. But
same.
that's pretty good, man. I thought it would already be implemented when Facebook kind of took over Meta. The metaverse. They kind of they copyrighted the whole metaverse for themselves. So I thought
Yeah.
this would be coming much sooner. I know Twitter already did this with the Twitter Blue, where you could put a hexagon around your PFP. It goes straight. It connects to OpenSea and all that with your wallet. So it's strange that Instagram is finally implementing all this. So it's pushing
Yeah.
it more and more towards the mainstream. So
However,
I'm happy.
there's a big caveat here, and we'll dig into the article with our guest a little bit. But as of at the beginning, unless things changed recently, I think it was just the Flow blockchain. So
Wait,
I,
what?
yeah, I think it's just Flow NFTs that are on the Flow blockchain. But we can open up this article and just make sure of that. Double check that. But
The flow.
originally it was
Stop
going to be
playing.
Flow.
Nah,
Yeah,
nah, nah,
yeah.
nah, nah. Stop playing. So it's
Originally it was going to be
crypto.com. It's
Flow.
pretty much the
Yeah,
collaboration
man.
with
Well,
Facebook.
yeah. I saw you sold one of those crypto.com OGs the other day for point 0.2 ETH, man. What
What are
a
you
what a
talking
steal.
about?
Kaiju
Oh,
Legends.
Kaiju Legends.
Yeah,
Kaiju
I
Legends.
want,
After all that shit you was
dude.
talking, no, no,
You
no.
got
You talk shit for almost 2 weeks
You got
because I bought
so
those.
lucky. You got
Oh,
so
yes, I
lucky.
did. Yes, I
Bro,
did.
the floor is 0.02. There's like 10 ETH volume on this project, and you get a 0.2 sell.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you was talking
Nuts.
so much shit. That's the game we played way back. We had it on the show. We played to get a loud list. And
Yep.
I got that, but then they made it, what was the price? I think they were going for point 0.1 or something. They tried to charge. Nobody bought, so they dropped it to 0.025. So I bought 4 of them. I minted 4 of them. And I knew it was a flop instantly. So I've been taking a small loss on 3. I sold 3 and just rode out with 1 unrevealed. And that one I rode out with turned out to be a rare, Chris.
So
Turned
lucky,
out to
dude.
be a rare. And it's
So
sold for
lucky.
point 0.2. All that shit you've been talking, talk that shit
I
now,
didn't I
Chris.
didn't
Talk
factor
that
luck
shit
in.
now.
I didn't factor luck in, bro. I
I mean,
forgot you're the luckiest person out here in this space.
I mean, you don't
Always get
factor
stuck.
luck in. This whole space revolves around luck, man. That's why we mint things to get that rare, that 1 of 1,
I
because
know, right?
somebody's dumb enough to pay more money for it.
Yeah,
So
bro.
why
If I
why
had
not?
if I had your luck, I would never sell pre-reveal. I would always hold and just know that I'm going to get a rare.
Yeah, that was my problem. I always used to hold, but it was really pure luck that out of the 4, I sold 3 that was not rare at all. I sold 3 floors with unrevealed and kept the main one, which was a rare, which was very, very good, man. I
Congrats.
figured it out. I did it on purpose. It wasn't luck, Chris. It was
Good
all
job,
done on
bro. Good
purpose.
job.
Hold on,
I'm
I'll
happy.
give myself a real
I'm
round of
happy for
applause, Chris, for me and my great luck.
look.
After all that shit you was talking, Chris, I remember, man, you kept pulling it up. Oh, you talking about shells? Look at this. Look at this. What happened to shells, Chris? They revealed, didn't it? Huh?
Yeah, I like mine, dude. It looks
Ah,
sick.
you like it? You made it your
Yeah, bro.
PFP for like 30 seconds, Chris.
No, it was my PFP all week, but somebody bought my
Oh.
coffee because I had my pirate on my coffee and they didn't recognize me, so I changed it back.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's kind of complicated, but yeah, I just changed it back just for like my coffee stuff because I got my pirates on my coffee bags, like my pirates in the metaverse.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know the
I want to
coffee bags you
identify.
know.
I either want to have my clone or my pirate for now. If that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
perfect sense, man. After all that crap you talked to me for buying the Kaiju Legends, turns
yeah.
out I made out great.
Well,
great.
we have a
And your
guest up here
shells,
today who probably uses skill more than luck. So I think now is a good time to bring him up and see how his luck's been during this bear market. We've had him on the show before, and it's been a couple months now, huh?
yeah, we had him on like the first month we was doing the show.
Yeah,
That was almost like 5 months ago. That was a
yeah.
while ago, Chris. We've been doing this show for quite some time now. So I'm glad to hear about his updates and everything else. Catch up with him again. Yeah, bring him up. It's
All right, give him a round of applause for NFT Nate. What's
NFT
up, Nate? How's
Hey,
it
Nate.
going
hey
today?
guys, how you going?
Nate, what up? What up? What up,
Th-
Nate?
Thanks for having me back on. Yeah, no, the market's been hella crazy lately, and it's like you kind of said, like I haven't pulled anything rare at some point, but there was something that I just held. It was like I don't even know what it was. Something that I held. The floor went to like 0.01, but I had it listed at like at a point 0.1 or something, and it ended up being a rare one. So you ended up making a little bit. So there are those ones that you get,
Nice.
but it's like
Yeah.
because sometimes when the floor's just dropping so bad, you're like, it's not even worth your time going through listing it and going through that whole process. And then when it does hit, you're like, I should have like, if you're gonna list it a little bit higher. But I was like, man, I'll just like, hopefully I'll
You
get it
just want your
because
profit.
I'm on a different time zone. I'll go to sleep as the US is waking up. So you're either going to, if you set it too high, you're going to miss the pump and not be able to kind of get it at a good listing, or it's going to tank and you're not going to be able to get out. So you're just stuck in
Yep.
this position where you need to like, yeah, you know, you're on the opposite sort of time frame. So you just need to be like, okay, what do I think the US guys are going to do when they wake up, and just like throw that out there and just hope it works. But yeah, no, yeah.
What was the collection you're talking about?
This is the
You
thing. I
remember?
can't remember. I literally, I only got whitelisted for it because someone was like, "Hey man, do you just want to be in on this thing?" I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" Didn't even look at how it was going volume. I'm like, "Oh, that," because I was like, on Alphabot or something. It was like, oh, this is minting soon. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll mint it. It was like a Saturday night. It was like, okay, yeah, I guess I'll mint it. Oh, I guess I'll list it, whatever. And it just ended up turning into like somewhat of a mini win. Nothing life changing or anything, but it's like those rarely happen. It's always you mint something and it's like, yeah, it's just straight terrible in this kind of market. But I love that kind of that thing where you wake up in the morning, you have a look at your emails, and you're like, oh yeah, what did I get? What did I sell? And you realize
Oh,
you can go get a Big Mac for lunch. And you're like, yeehaw, that's what I've done.
yeah, it used to be that way for me too. When my main wallet, Gutter.eth, that's connected to my email. So when I get offers or when I sell something, I get the alerts. But now my more private wallet, I don't get any of those. I don't get emails anymore. So I was surprised when I saw that I sold that Kaiju Legend. Like I just looked at my wallet and it ticked up a bit. I was like, wait, what? Where'd that money come from? Then I really saw that I sold that baby, and I had to rub it in Chris's face, man. You have no clue, Nate. Like for a week straight, he kept pulling it up, man. Every day he was pulling it up, like because it never went up. Like it dropped at 0.025 and it's been stuck at 0.02 the whole time. So it's been standard L the whole time.
Yeah.
And he just kept ragging on me every single day. Until finally revealed, and turns out I had something rare. I didn't know I had a rare until like out of nowhere I went to go look at it, and I saw somebody had a higher offer than all the other offers and higher offer than the floor for it.
Yeah.
Like they offered 0.035. I was like, why? So then I went back and looked at the ranking. It was ranked number 25 on rarity tools. So I was like, okay. So I marked it up and they bought it. So GG's for me, man. Took a small dub, and I just couldn't wait to get on the show today and just rub it in Chris's eye, man. Rub it in his eye. So Nate, how have you been, man? What's been going on with the bear market? We talked to you when it was still relatively a bull market. Like, how have you been since then?
Oh, I guess it's kind of like so in terms of like markets, trades, things like that. Obviously you're not making hand over fist and going hard like that, but just like you guys have got the show and you're kind of like making content, you're kind of out there. The good thing is it doesn't matter what's happening with the market, you're still relevant, you're still able to talk, you're still able to kind of stay in touch with everything. And I think I'm not saying it's a bad thing to not have an outlet that isn't based off your trades, but it's like it's good because your identity isn't tied to your wallet. Your identity isn't tied to what your trades are. It's like it doesn't matter if I make bad trade after bad trade for like sort of 2 or 3 months straight. I'm still making content and I'm still able to like stay connected with the market, with people, and that's how you hopefully find some good opportunities and then still stay networking. Because when it turns around, you're in a good spot. So like. Obviously the market isn't amazing and great and you're making big plays and big trades, and like anything that is a win is a small win, but I'm just grateful that I'm able to kind of keep networking with people, talking to people, doing that, because I also know that when it does come back full swing, what are people going to look? People are going to look at like, hey, who are the people that were here putting in the work, putting in the effort now? And that's how you then become that legendary OG status when you are sort of 5-10 years down the track. They're like, oh, those guys have been putting in work. So that's
the
what that's
whole
time.
Kind of yes.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Because I have seen a few people just disappear. They used to when it was bull market, they was publishing content after content because everything was winning. All their picks was hitting, so they just kept hitting. Then when everything went down, they kind of disappeared. So, but yeah, we're still here. You're still here. We're gonna be here. You're gonna be here. That just proves it. If you're here when everything is dead, you're gonna be definitely here when everything's back alive again, and it is gonna come back alive again. But how long do you think that's gonna take? Like, are you watching the merge, the conversation around the merge right now?
Well, it's like I think when someone kind of asks, or even I think myself, hey, how long is it going to take for this to turn around? It's one of those things where we haven't really seen what's happening like in the world economy with crypto at the same time. So we haven't seen this before. If we weren't going through a recession, then I think anyone's theses in their plays will kind of maybe make sense. But right now, it's really hard to tell because it is hard. You look at something like the news and they say, oh, inflation's so high, all these people can't afford this, people can't do this. But then you look around and there are people still buying, like Digidaiku spending sort of 18 ETH on something. You're like, oh, okay. And then you've still got people buying and flexing Rolexes, buying expensive things. So you're going, it's very hard to kind of get a clear picture of how tough are people doing, because I think that also plays into it, because when people have got a bit of confidence and they're able to throw around some spare cash, then I think things are good. So yeah, it's just hard to get a handle on how people are actually feeling with their finances outside of crypto, because I think that has a big indication. One thing that I like to think about is when someone so someone buys a house, they buy it for $1 million. The value of the home goes up to 1.5 million. They've still got the 1 million that they put into the home, but they feel $500,000 richer. So now they feel more confident in buying some things, being more risky with their trades and their things, because they're like, hey, I've got that 500,000. So I think when we see an uptick in sort of just crypto in general, and kind of like it doesn't have these wild fluctuations and it starts to tick back up, you're going to have people feeling more confident, like, hey, look, I did buy the dip. I was dollar cost averaging. It is starting to tick back up. I am feeling good. You know what? Maybe I can throw half an ETH at this. Maybe I can throw an ETH at this, because they're thinking about it in fiat terms. Like, oh yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Then you start to get that craziness. And the one thing that I remember coming out of the October, November into that December, January is that I was still super conservative. And you'd mint something for 0.08, you'd list it for a 0.15, and you're like, heck yeah, I doubled my money. I'm good. I'm good. Then it would run to 0.2 or 0.25, and you're like, what? And then the people that didn't know how to trade were just making more money, because they were like, you just hold it and it goes to 5x. You're like, okay, then you hold it a little bit more. And then essentially a week later, you're going full degen and you'll mint something. You're like, I'm not listening for anything below 1 ETH. And then things will trigger and things will hit. And that's the one thing I kind of like talk to some, when I'm talking to some newer people that haven't been through this little patch before. It's like, you're going to get to the bull and you're not going to make as much as you think, because you're going to be playing conservative, because you get into this habit of being super conservative with your plays. And then you end up missing up some huge, crazy upshots. Because like with Digidaiku, I would have sold that at a 0.1 or a 0.2, no doubt, because I would have been like, no, it's not going to run. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, we've been in this mode. You never would have done it. Everyone goes, oh man, I would have run this up to here. I would have run this up to here. I'm like, bro, I would have taken a quick $100 or $200 and just like gone dipped out, because most things are just not working and running up that high.
Out of paper hand is so hard.
Yeah.
Me too. Risky called it. Risky, our collab manager, he called it about Digigaiku, and I just thought he's into hentai or something. That's why he just keeps the images weren't really, they didn't really pop at me. And he said it's gonna run to 5 ETH. I'm like, all right, you're high right now, man. Chill out. Turns out it ran to 5 ETH, and now it's just running even more. And somebody we've had on the show before, Grape Dutch, he's top ranked trader in the world, NFT trader in the world. He bought 12 of them at 0.75.
Oh
yeah,
and he held. Yeah, I think he sold. I haven't looked at his transactions yet, but I think he sold 3 at what, 3 ETH, Ken, or something like that. And I don't know about the rest.
I gotta jump in and start. I gotta jump in and start following him, because it's like I can't remember. Because look, I know it's sponsored by Ninjalerts. I use it every day. It's the first thing I do when I look up and see what people are doing. But I can't, this is where it kind of shocks me, because if you can see some of those trades happening, okay, you kind of know what's going down. But I can't remember seeing it in my feed and people kind of going crazy over it. And that's why for me, it's a bit of a shock, because it's like, I'm obviously not following the right people, but it didn't trigger and hit in that way. And that's what I like to use it for, is like, okay, if it hit, then I'd be like, yeah, it's on me for fading it. But I'm like, man, I just need to kind of make sure I'm following the right people to kind of catch some of that heat.
Yeah, I'll say this. There was one thing a couple weeks ago. Oh, what was it called? Ken, that was the thing that you could have minted 10 of.
There's a bunch of things I could have minted.
No, we had like 3.
Trust me, there is.
We had 3 shows on this. They get happy when crypto goes up. They get sad when it goes down.
That's pretty much every collection, man.
Familiars.
Oh, familiars.
Thank you.
Yeah, I brought it up. I could have got 10.
So I watched JJ, man, which is a trader that I respect on MBHQ, and basically I DM'd him like, hey man, what do you see in this? And he was telling me part of his reason was 2 other traders that he follows. So I was like, man, I'm not following them. And if JJ respects them, then like I definitely respect them because JJ I look up to in this space. So yeah, man, I think a lot of Ninjalerts really is just like making sure you're following those right wallets. Like I follow Ken a lot, and that's how I end up getting rubbed. Is like follow. That's how I get into Kaiju
Got
Legends.
him.
That's worth
the dub I got the W, Chris, the big dub.
I love it because it's like I've had when you kind of talk, people just think, oh, you're just copy trading and all that, but it's like it's more just knowing what people are doing. Because if someone out there has got some great alpha, they've got some great info, they know something, and they move into it with a bit of conviction, it's just that's like on-chain news where you're just going, okay, what are they actually doing? Because I know there's some guys, and I hate the term influencers, but there's guys that I know that they'll mint something, but they don't want to, they can't tweet about it. They can't do that because then people will be like, oh, you're just pumping a bag. And then they get hate for when they sell it. So they're kind of in a spot where some of these people, they want to be able to kind of buy, sell, trade without having to have people kind of just accusing them of pumping and dumping and all that kind of stuff. So that's why it's nice because you can know what people are doing and you just got a handle because if no one's talking about it and a whole bunch of people are minting it, you're going, okay, there's some backdoor conversations happening somewhere. Maybe this is something to pay attention on. And I think it's always a good way to kind of just more information. The more information you have, the better trader you're going to be.
Yeah, to that point, I do realize that sometimes when like an influencer mints something and they don't want to be accused of pump and dumping and they don't mention it. There's people that are tracking their wallets that are intend on dumping on their followers, on the influencers' followers, try to front run them until like just wait until the person tweets about it and then price goes up, their followers start buying, and that's when some smart traders start exiting on that influencer's following. But I think a way for some influencers to navigate around that is to just have a Anon wallet that they used to work. Like Gary V, he hasn't made a move in a while, but I'm sure he secretly makes a lot of moves that we don't know about. And a lot of these well-known influencers, they all do that. They all have their own little private, wallets that they can use to buy and sell and just anonymously sell, but still dump in real life on Twitter and just act like they never bought, but yet they're dumping with their Anon wallets. So that's something else. Unless somebody finds your Anon wallet, then you're really really screwed for pump and dumping.
Well, this is what I'm kind of thinking because whenever I look at wallet data and active trades and things like that, it seems like it's hyperinflated because when we got to the free mint meta and all that kind of stuff, everyone started creating more and more and more wallets. And I think we got to a point where there's so many people out there that have multiple wallets. Like I've got when we went into the free mint meta, I had about sort of 2 or 3 wallets. Now I've got like 5 or 6. I got a lot just sitting there, just ready to go. So if you do have a free mint thing, you're like, okay, cool, that's not bad. Mint, swap wallet, mint, swap wallet, mint, swap wallet, do that. But it's hard
that's
because
what you're
you
doing.
start to look at. Well, it's like if there's something that's hot, why not take it? You know what I mean? Like it's go for it.
I mean, you say it because me and I don't know how many wallets Chris has. Me, I have about 7 or so that if something is hot, I would do that. But then when I talk to whales in this space, they have hundreds, hundreds of wallets, and there's different programs that run all this for you. Like whether it's seeding the wallet, like trickling down and seeding all the wallets with Ethereum, or just minting from one wallet and just minting it to 100 wallets or so. Like doing this show, I tend to finally realize that they're playing a whole different game than us. Like they getting making a lot of bread. So it's just funny you said you have 5 wallets and you're feeling a little guilty for having 5 where your competition has like 300. No joke. 300 straight wallets that they're using. But I mean, maybe someday Chris and I will get to that level where we deploy hundreds of wallets and just kill the competition. But not today though. I still have my 5. Just like you, I got 5.
But, I do want to ask you about one of your last videos. It's kind of a change of topic. Admittedly, I haven't watched it yet. I want to because I just saw it. But the Reddit MT airdrop, like, you want to tell us a little bit about that?
So this one, it's it's kind of like the bet. So I creep on Reddit. I just like, that's kind of like where you can go. And that's kind of where I ended up kind of really getting into NFTs, because there was so much hate on it. I'm like, if
Yeah.
people in crypto are hating on it, then there must be something good here, because everyone in crypto hates on the thing that ends up becoming the thing. But the idea that I found funny is that they're all getting, certain people were getting the ability to claim an avatar, and the avatar is on chain, and you can actually take it. It's on Polygon, and you can actually kind of sell it on OpenSea. So if you actually go to OpenSea and you type in Reddit collectibles, or Reddit collectible avatars, you can see them there. And what was funny is that you'd start seeing more and more people using them, and the sentiment change where they're going like, oh, I didn't even realize this was an NFT and I got it for free. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Then they've realized that, oh, you know what? Maybe NFTs aren't just monkey JPEGs. Maybe there can be other things. And it's funny because you've got these people that are essentially given something for free because they're contributing in the ecosystem, the same way that, like, look, we contribute, we'll be getting airdrops, we can get things because we're just participating. We kind of understand the power of it. And yeah, like, it's just these people, I think they've kind of realized that, hey, it isn't all what we thought it was. And some people have actually kind of made some sales. But the thing that gets me excited is when you realize how this works, you then go, you need to set up your wallet, you set up this. And once you kind of, I think everyone gets hooked once they've first minted, bought, and sold an NFT. They go, oh,
Yeah.
this is a bit of fun. Then that's like the kind of lead into it. So it's funny just watching the sentiment change and shift. I'm like, okay, cool, this is worth doing it. And what's funny is that people are kind of like, some of the comments, one of the comments is like, I hate NFTs and I still got the airdrop. It's just like, just, you can hate it as much as you want, but the whole point is no one really knew it was an NFT. They were just like, hey, I'm just getting a PFP. And that's where I think the really good part and the long tail of NFT technology goes, which is the fact is you're using it without even knowing that you're using it. It's just digital ownership. But people think like the term NFT is terrible. That's why I think it's great that Reddit have called them a collectible avatar, because that makes people not think it's an NFT. But it's like, it is.
That's what Meta is doing too. The title of the episode we were talking about earlier. This post says NFTs, but when Meta refers to it for Instagram and Facebook, it says digital collectibles. It doesn't say NFTs.
And I think it's a smart move. I think I should change my name to Digital Collectible Name, because it's just a little easier to get people to accept it.
Slides off the tongue for sure.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I think that's it, because you get, when you know what it is and how it works, there's a sense of empowerment, because you're like, oh, okay, cool. You can't. Oh, you want to screenshot it, but you can't sell it. You can't do this. You realize the power of it, and then you get excited, and then your mind starts racing, and that's when you start going. That's where you just go full degen. And this is why I kind of liked the Reddit thing, and it's like, it's nice that Meta's also doing it as well. It starts to just normalize it, because eventually it'll be so normalized that people will be like, hey, how can I get that hexagon thing? How can I get that circle thing? How can I get that thing? Oh, it's just a digital collectible. Oh, okay, cool. I guess I can have that. Then people will start to buy, sell, trade them. And then eventually, because right now, like OpenSea, like buying, selling, and trading NFTs isn't easy. Like, it's not like Robinhood.
Not at all.
Robinhood, people could just buy, sell. They could just do some terrible, degenerate stuff when it came to stocks. But it was so easy on their phone. When it becomes that way, when you do have all of these integrations where you can just easily buy, sell, trade stuff without realizing that you are doing it on chain, then it'll kind of take off and blow up, because then you're going to have grandma that's able to buy the kid that special PFP thing that they want. Because like Chris, I know that you, when Rico did the Nickelodeon drop, like I know you changed your PFP to, was it Chucky for a bit? Is that what you had?
Yeah. I still have them too, Chucky. Yeah.
And it's like, the idea is like, eventually there's going to be some great IPs, great things where a kid's going to be like, hey, I want that thing. And the grandma's going to be able to, instead of like buying some random cryptocurrency thing, or like they can just like easily go buy it and gift it to them. Like, and then it kind of just, it makes sense and it works.
Absolutely.
So this is why I get excited. And this is why being here is great right now, because we can see it evolve. And then we're going to be able to take advantage of these things, because we are going to be first movers and first adapters to then actually kind of hedge our bets on something, take advantage of it, or kind of just sit back and meet people. Because another thing that I'm pumped on is the fact that right now there's the next $1 billion company in Web3, and you're able to meet that person. So you've got the next sort of Bezos or Zuckerberg that's just on Twitter somewhere. You can reach out, you can DM, like they are there, and it's just going to go bigger, crazier, and then eventually they're just going to be too hard to reach out to. And like, it sounds super egotistical, but in 5-10 years time, it's going to be harder for a random person to just reach out and DM us, because if we keep going, we're going to build our network. And it's not that we're trying to be fancy or trying to be extra. We're literally just like, you just get so busy that there's so much noise. And right now you can reach out and talk to the people that you want to talk to. And this is where I get what's exciting. That's crazy. I literally just like, sometimes if I see someone tweet a couple of times, I'll just follow them, just like, hey man, how you going? Nice to connect. I don't even care if the conversation goes anywhere, because when you know people, that's how you get like solid alpha. Like that's when you get some good stuff, because you don't know that that person may be friends with the person that's going to drop this hot thing that you just don't know about. You get invited to a server, you're like, okay, this is cool, gets locked off. And then next, it runs up high and you're like, oh, this is great. And it was all because you were just friendly to people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Two things on that point was earlier when you were talking about the like it being so easy access and even the recur thing. That's my thoughts on Instagram as well, as far as like the if they're not Flow NFTs, but I was thinking like Hello Kitty or something. I'm not even holding any anymore, but like it doesn't
You
really
sold
have
your
the
Hello
audience.
Kitty, Chris?
Yeah, I sold all of them.
All of them.
I still hold
Man.
all my Hello Kitty stuff. But well, my point of Hello Kitty is the audience isn't there. Like it's not there on Discord. It's not there on Twitter. Not that I'm like trying to like put people in a box who collect Hello Kitty, but like clearly it's not there. Look at the floor prices.
Yeah.
But like I could totally see like Instagram people being more inclined to put their photos as like Hello Kitty. I feel like more of the crowd is there, and it's especially when it's easier access. Because like right now it's again like you said, not easier access. So
Well, it's like
I'm
just
excited for that too.
running through it. It's crazy because you can imagine seeing someone's profile picture and go, "Oh, that's a cute little Hello Kitty thing." You click on the icon, it pulls up as the NFT. It's like, buy now for $35. And you're like, "Oh, wait, so I can buy this person's profile picture? You can buy it, bang, taking it." Like if it gets seamless like that, then you're like, "Okay, that's cool, that's great." And then eventually, that's how you get that FOMO in there, because like it is just going to be when you get like the middle America stay-at-home mums that are just trying to flex on all the mums in the Facebook groups. Like there you go, you can find something hot and ride that up.
Yeah, I just want to circle back to one of your point where you said there will be a NFT Bezos coming out of this whole market. Like who? We need to make a list of the candidates of who we think is going to be our NFT Bezos. Is Zagabond going to be on top of that list, or like who's going to be on top of that list right now, in your opinion? Do you know of anybody?
I think where it gets hard is that you've got the NFT founders that are currently like that we kind of know of, that we hear of, that we kind of see, but it's hard because when you think about the internet, you weren't thinking about Jeff Bezos because he was just making a store that was like a traditional Web 2 type, like some buying and selling stuff, but on the internet. So the person that's going to do something, it's going to be something that is Web 3 based, but it's going to be so simple that we're going to be like, yeah, but that's not groundbreaking. But the whole point is not groundbreaking, is it's bringing in Web 2 money that'll like make it blow up. So the person that's great at coding this really crazy contractor can do this. That may seem like the logical play, but I think the logical play is going to be something as boring as the person that is able to do some cross-chain stuff when it comes down to like just the receipts that Walmart uses. Like, you know what, it's going to be something that is like in that sense that seems boring, that doesn't seem exciting, that is just well connected and can bring in all of the Web 2 money. That's what I kind of think it would be, because yeah, like when everyone thought it was silly that you would buy books on the internet when you could just go to the bookstore. And I think it's not going to be something crazy that we know of now. It's going to be something very simple that is just solving a really simple problem. But the hard thing is if I knew who it was, I'd be their best friend. But it's like it's kind of just staying in touch, and then eventually someone will be doing something and you're going, oh, that's the smart person. That's quite good. And yeah, it's hard because I don't want to start throwing out names and go, oh, I think this person's going to be like just top notch in this, because then I'm going to look like a dickhead when they're not. But yeah,
that's the point of throwing it. That's the best part, throwing it out there. Like Zagabond might be on top of that list. He might call Ethereum. It's another candidate probably.
Yeah.
Beanie. Who else? What's that guy that just got arrested? What's his name again?
But
The guy with the Wu-Tang. I've already forgot his name.
wait, you talking about Skrelly?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna be next. NFT Bezos. He already rugged recently. Like he was done with his scam. But yeah, it's just fun to like throw out these names, and it's crazy how influencers blow up and then like they just crash instantly during the next cycle. I see it grow up and go down, grow up. A new influencer is birthed, and then the next cycle, the whole NFT Twitter just doesn't like them anymore because of whatever reason. So that's just why I thought it would be,
They rub their followers.
Most of them do.
Scam them, release a token that goes to zero.
Yeah,
How
to
dare
be
the
honest,
community? I know.
now to be honest, a majority of the people that cry wolf when these things happen, that's kind of their goal as well. Like a lot of kids, they want to be influencers so they could sell to their influence. That's why that's what they do. Like the whole goal is to grow following and profit off the following. But then when somebody else is doing it, it's they get a little mad about it. But hey, it's just part of the game, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, who's doing it? Who's doing it ethically? Like who's actually giving a good product and giving back to their following? And there are people out there that's doing that. I'm just saying, like
which one?
Generally,
name one.
I'm not. Let me think one. I think Nifty Alpha. I think does a great job putting on their show. That they're working on their project constantly. NFT culture.
So po.eth. Okay.
Yeah, PO. Yeah, he gives back. I would say like he really introduces people to space. The whole crew. You bought, was it Species or whatever? Like that looks like a pretty cool project, and that was done by an influencer, right? I don't know anything about that project.
He was a YouTuber,
cool.
yes.
Yeah, he did physicals. He did IRL meetups. He looks like he
Coffee
gave back.
Dan.
It looked like he didn't rug y'all. Yep. I'm just saying like people that are actually like offering stuff instead of just like leaving. Like you said, when things get rough, they're gone. Like I don't see anything wrong with that. Like like not necessarily profiting off your following, but if you're giving them back a service or if you're giving them back
like a JPEG
value. What if you give them JPEG has value?
I mean, if they give you a JPEG, why are you complaining that a JPEG is worthless, Chris? If they gave you something, right?
You know what I mean, though. You know what I mean. Like, when Nate drops his project and he like gives us all one of those like sick like purple headbands, man, I'll be happy. It can go to zero and he can.
I've got a table full of them.
You got a red one, bro. I thought you was in a gang, man. What's going on?
I've got him here, so it's like whenever I'm just like, oh wait, do I want to mix it? So like, if I want to film a couple videos in a row, I'm like, I film one. And I put another one on. It looks like it's a different day, but it's not.
You finally caught on. You know why I was wearing that balaclava the whole time. Yeah, you got
that. That's funny. That's smart.
Be able to mix it up.
Respect.
Yeah, but we can't wear that around the States though. Can walk around with bandanas on, man.
I'll do that. Like, hey boy, what are you doing? I'm like, hey man, chill.
Nah, where you from? That's what they usually ask. But yeah, it does look cool, man. How many colors do you have?
I bought like a 20 pack of just like colors, I wanted to eBay. I'm just like, I just want like a rainbow pack, just as many colors as possible. And then every now and then I'm like, okay, what color should I just change it up to and just like mix them out? So like in my cupboard here, I've literally just got like just a big ass bundle. I'm like, okay, cool, just throw one on, because it's just fun to mix it up, because it's like, why not? And it tries to go back into like somewhat of a personal brand, because if you've got something, it then becomes easier for people to like recognize, play stuff off, or whatever. So that's part of it. It's like, do that, because if you can have somewhat of a personal brand, then it kind of plays back into it. Like we were talking at the start of the show, it's like the personal brand, that's kind of, it's like having that to then move and pivot no matter what happens with the market is good, because if all of the chains that we trade NFTs on now drop off and then move over to something else, we can keep doing what we're doing. We're not tied to, hey, we're ETH maxis and this is how we're going to like live and die. It's like, okay, cool, we can pivot over. You can like a thing, but you can then move over. You know what I mean? Like that's
Nah, we're living and dying by Ethereum, bro.
Ken is one of those ETH maxis that you speak of.
We're living and dying by Ethereum, man. That's what it is, man. No, but yeah, I was asking. I don't remember if you answered it or not. The merge that's coming this like 2 weeks from now. Do you like what is in your opinion? Do you think it's gonna succeed, or is price gonna go up, or no?
I think the price is gonna like what plus or minus 5%. I don't think it's gonna like it's just gonna
5%.
crazily rocket. Like I don't think it's gonna rocket up. I don't think it's gonna rocket down. I think it's just people are gonna be like, oh no, what is it? And then it's just gonna be like, oh okay, it's fine. It's like, do you remember like Y2K? It's like everyone's like, oh, planes are gonna fall out of the sky. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be crazy, and nothing happened. And the same thing like when Bitcoin had the split, it was just like, oh okay, what's gonna happen? And it wasn't like the next day just a 10x. It was just like, oh, okay, yeah, it is what it is. I think where it's going to get interesting is you're going to have a subset of people that want to kind of go with the like something I've thought about is when you've got like an ape, you've got two Bored Apes, like two different chains, but they've both got the exact same history. So they are still the same thing, but there's two of them. And then you start to go down the moral and ethical thing of what is the real authentic thing, because they both have the original history, but there are two different ones. I don't think there'll be any issue with all of the major sort of services, sort of platforms, trading platforms going with, hey, this is the chain that we're operating and using. I don't think we're going to end up with a situation like Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash with, what was his name? You know, the guy, Bitcoin Cash guy, how he's kind of pushing that as the real one. Like, I don't think we're going to end up in that situation where people are like, no, but that isn't the real Ethereum. This is. I don't think we're going to end up like that. But yeah, I think everyone's freaking out about it, but I don't think it's going to actually be somewhat of an issue because there's hella smart people. Like, I'm a dumbass. There's some hella smart people working
We're all
on this.
dumbasses here, man.
Yeah. And that's just my thought. And that's the thing. It's like, I could be wrong. It could like go up 10x. It could go to 0. I don't know.
I hope so.
I feel like it's just going to stay somewhat in like the range, and then people are going to be like, oh, okay, cool, it's fine. Then people are like, cool, let's keep trading, keep moving on. Because like after a day or two, people will just get like, okay, cool, I'm itching to kind of keep buying, trading, flipping again, and they're just moving back in on coins.
I have to plug this in real quick. I thought about it when we were talking about Ken being an ETH maxi. But I just love this the other day. Somebody said my entire net worth.
Don't do it, man.
My entire net worth is in this guy.
Man.
I'm not gonna play the audio, but it's funny, dude.
Yeah, this has been circulating for a long time. I think this was a few years ago when they introduced.
It was just so funny.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. That's the smart guy in the room, Chris. You can tell he's smart.
He is. Yeah, man, he is.
Yeah, I mean, they were just replicating what I think Microsoft did that when the internet was still new. They did that whole song and dance, and it was very cringy, like decades ago. So they're just replicating that because ETH or Web3 is supposed to be the new internet. So a bunch of geeks doing some cringe rapping always works. So that's why I'm very bullish after they did that. You know, let's see what happened to Microsoft, right? So we're good to go. But yeah, it is very cringe.
Well, what are you guys thinking about the merge? What's your hot take? If you could put something on it.
Me, it's more about hopium for me. Like, I didn't think it was gonna be this soon. I didn't think it was gonna come out in September until they announced it. But I was hoping like maybe towards early next year it actually comes, and then the price kind of just, we're in a bull run, so the price just goes bananas, like go all the way to 10K type of thing. But in the bear market, they announced it and it ticked up like 20%, then went right back down. So some people are saying it's already priced in. Some people are saying that it's not gonna affect gas like we think it will. Because I thought, if we move to proof of stake, we're not gonna need miners to be physically mining these things. So gas fees are pretty much gonna be like Solana or any other proof of stake network. So Yeah, I'm hoping it becomes a lot more accessible to people because you don't have to pay the gas fee. The gas was a huge issue, and
Mm,
then it also satisfied the energy nuts that come out
yeah.
when you say NFTs. They're saying, "Oh, it's bad for the environment." Crypto, Bitcoin is bad for the environment. So when you see it, no, this is not. So that kind of cuts away that argument as well. It cuts away different arguments from naysayers. So
Mm,
that will help Ethereum in the long run, in my opinion. But you never know. You really never know, especially with the economy the way it is,
mm.
multiple recessions from multiple countries. There's a lot going on in the macro of everything. So it's really hard to tell. But I'm
Yeah, I
hoping it
agree.
goes up.
I agree with that last part. I think it just so much depends on the macro. Like, I think if it goes well and it does cheapen gas fees and does everything else Kim says, then like Ethereum's going to be more like better in the next run, in the next few runs, and more desirable, and more people are going to want to use it. But as far as like the short term, I think the price increase is going to be just speculative. It's going to be due to people, traders saying, "Hey, I think other people are going to buy this." So I think you're going to see a speculative jump, like you said, probably not insignificant. But if it is significant, I don't think it's going to be crazy. And I also don't know if it's going to hold there because I don't see Ethereum keep on going up and to the right while the rest of the market tanks. Like, it's just
Yeah.
not going to happen. It might happen short term. Like, you might see like a couple days, couple weeks where ETH's still kind of doing better and Bitcoin and everything else is going down, but it's not going to sustain like that. Even right now, we're seeing it kind of do better compared. Like, Bitcoin was at 20K last I checked, like a couple days ago, and Ethereum
Yeah.
was around like 1400 or something like that. Whereas last time Bitcoin was at 20K, Ethereum was at like 1K. So it's at like a $400 difference than last time. I think again that's just speculation on the upcoming merge. I think we'll kind of see that type of difference, but I don't think it's going to be anything nuts. But I do think it's bullish for the future of Ethereum.
Yeah, I think so too. More transaction per block. That all that nerdy stuff is gonna be upgraded. They claim it's gonna be more secure as well. I don't know because I thought physical like Bitcoin is almost impenetrable because of the way it's set up. But proof of stake is a little bit more vulnerable. But Buterin is saying it's gonna be more secure somehow. So it's just we're just gonna have to watch, man. I'm very, very optimistic. Trying to stack ETH. That's my plan. It's always been my plan. But hopefully it goes up. Hopium, 100% on this side, man. It's all hopium for me. Just I have seen. I've been around when ETH went down and went up and went down. So I instinctively think it's gonna go up. But only time will tell. Especially if it succeeds. Now, if it
Mm.
fails, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt prices big time. We're gonna go down like for a lot of pain. So hopefully it succeeds to protect our bags, of course. But only time will tell, man. Only time will tell.
Well, Nate, out of
But
respect for your time, because you told us ahead of time, 30 to 45, we are going to wrap it up. I want to say thank you again for joining us today. We really appreciate it. You're always welcome back on the channel. Is is there any last things you'd like to say, whether it be bear market, the future of the market, or just in general,
No, I just
before
want
we
to say
conclude?
like, just thanks for having me on, having a chat, having a vibe, and just kind of just yeah, doing this like just having a chat because like yeah, for me, I got up nice and early this morning, so I'm just like trying to catch up on everything, seeing what's happening. You guys are
oh
just
yeah, it
bringing in
is
energy.
morning over there. I
Yeah,
forgot.
so yeah, exactly. So when you're like good morning, I'm like, oh, what's going on? So yeah, no, it's just
Yeah.
the energy has kind of changed and picked up. So yeah, now it's going to be a good day. It wasn't like I just got out
Awesome,
of bed
man.
like a slug. So yeah, we're
Yeah, I
good.
love
Nice.
it.
You wake up early too. It's 7 a.m. over there right now. Jeez. Yeah, it's about to be 6 p.m. over here. You're already in tomorrow.
Yeah, Tuesday,
Oh, that's
Tuesday morning.
crazy.
Tuesday's looking
So,
good.
yeah, so what's ETH prices like in the future?
Oh, you're not gonna like
Eat pieces.
it.
All right,
Oh man.
again, thank you. Hold on, let me give you a air horn. Because the last time he was on the show, we didn't have sound effects, I don't think, right, Chris? It
No,
was
you
pretty
didn't.
early back
Probably
then.
not,
Oh,
man.
okay. I'll
Lot,
give you
lot to
another one,
change. Lot to
man.
change.
Yes,
Nate, I
most
always
definitely.
appreciate your insight, man. Love to have you back on another day. I'll continue to obviously subscribe to your YouTube channel. If you're watching this, go subscribe to NFC Nate's YouTube channel. It's an awesome YouTube channel. Post weekly, even in this bear market. So we appreciate you, man. And to our viewers, we'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.